this is Kevin Tully. We're here at Hot Rod Chassis and Cycle in Addison, Illinois. We've been open for 8 years this coming May. We build traditional hot rods and customs, meaning cars built as if they were in the era of 1964 and earlier. We only work on 64 and earlier cars unless they're a race car, and we don't do any restorations or anything like that. It's all strictly hot rods and customs and dragsters. You're probably seeing some motorcycles around the shop. We also do 50s era bobbers and early 60s choppers. We do repairs on pretty much any kind of motorcycle that's an early bike, which usually leads to mostly Harleys, but we do BSA and Triumph and Norton as well. So behind me is a repeat customer vehicle. We built a 55 F100 that some people may remember called the Black Pearl for Dr. Bill Zarnecki. This is another vehicle of his. It's a 56 Chevy pickup that we're building into a gasser called Soul Shaker. Dr. Bill is a podiatrist, so we thought it'd be funny to try and work that in. So it's S-O-L-E, Soul Shaker. This one's going to have a stroked and blown 394 Olds rocket with a Hilborn injector on it, glass tilt nose. It's all period correct vehicle, so it's got a 4-speed in it out of a Hemi Mopar. 9-inch Ford rear end with ladder bars and leaf springs, just like they would have done in the old days. Everything on this will be period correct. So it's one of the builds that we do that we're right down to the nuts and bolts is all going to be a period piece. This is a 32 Ford truck we're doing for a gentleman named Jim Preby who lives down in Texas. Jim lives in a gated community where lots of the people own Porsches and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and things like that, and he decided that he wanted to be the only kid on the block. So in discussing building this hot rod for him, it was pretty much a no-brainer to use an engine that was very unique, and so we went right to the 427 SOC engine. This engine's actually all brand new. There are a couple of NOS pieces in it that we were able to scrounge up, like the timing chain I think is NOS, but the rest of the engine is actually all brand new. That you can buy everything from various companies new. Ted up at Opel Engineering put this together for us. We haven't dynoed it yet because I guess I got to build the headers. It's got a Tremec T56 Magnum transmission in it, and it's got our rear suspension with one of our chassis underneath of it. Other than that, it's really kind of just going to be a straight up hot rod. I do believe he's going to chop it. We built one of our beds for it. We have a bed that's kind of a generic bed that we can put on these. And then I think he's just running a 34 truck grill on it. This is Steve Krokel's 33 Dodge Coupe. It's nicknamed Invidious Miss. It's got a stroked 354 Hemi in it with a Wyand 4 in a row, 4 Stromberg 48s, and a Grant Spalding flamethrower distributor that we rebuilt here. A lot of people don't know that we rebuild distributors here, and we can also dyno the distributor. It's one of the services we offer that are kind of antiquated, but we have all the equipment to do it and the training to do it. So any kind of car, any kind of distributor, we can rebuild it and then dyno it on our Sun distributor machine. Steve comes from road racing, and this is his first venture into hot rods and drag racing. This has a TKO 600 transmission in it with a Ford 9-inch rear that we built here in the shop, and a set of our own ladder bars, and then it's got one of our chassis underneath of it. The body came from, actually we've learned that the body originally came from Arizona. We got it from a guy in Minnesota that hadn't really done anything with it either. It was in pretty horrible condition when we got it. But we've chopped it 3.5 inches. We repaired the entire bottom 6 inches of the chassis, or the body rather. Both doors have been refurbished. But we also raised the wheelhouses in the back quarter panels 2.5 inches and moved them forward 2 inches, and then made a new bottom piece so that the belt line and the reveal come together as if they would have from the factory. That's kind of it. It's got some really nice custom chrome reverse rear wheels with 10-0-15 Coker slicks in the back, so it's a really period looking piece, but it'll has the overdrive in it, so it'll get good mileage and be able to attain highway speed without over revving the motor. So anyway, it goes on a shop tour of the shop. We'll notice that a lot of our equipment is old. That doesn't mean that it's not good equipment. Our Dreisen Crump box and pan brake here came actually off of a naval ship. This was made back in the 50s, and a lot of this equipment that we use like the Sun machine and this box and pan brake. They just don't make stuff like that anymore. There are newer versions of it, but it's not as well made and it doesn't function as well. We do have a lot of Mittler Brothers equipment that's brand new in our sheet metal area and for building cages and chassis. But you get into stuff like this and you just can't get the quality that they used to make it in the old days. So we tend to try to gravitate more towards that equipment because we feel that it does a better job than the modern equipment does. So if anybody wants to stop by the shop, we're located in Addison, just one signal north of North Avenue on Addison Road. You can only go left onto Factory from there, and we're the third building on the left at 59 Factory Road. You can also find us on the internet. You can either Google Hot Rod Chassis, and we should be one of the first websites that comes up, or you can go directly to our website at Hot Rod Chassis and, the word and, cycle.com, and you can go right to the website that way. Either way gets to us pretty easily. If you just want to ring up the shop, it's 630-458-0808, and on the third Friday of every month we have what we jokingly call Adult Beverage Night. It's kind of a open house. You can bring your car by and bench race. We do that all year long, so in the wintertime you can stop by and just shoot with the guys here at the shop. We are open on Saturdays by appointment, so if you need to come later in the evening during the week, or you want to come on Saturday, that's more convenient for you to come by and see the shop and talk about a job, then just ring ahead and we'll be sure to make arrangements to be here for you.